best when you're running compositions that require only single support. And so far, Harry Hook 76 has been absolutely top-notch. The rest of that defense is going to be Coco on Reinhardt, Internet Hulk will play Torb, Chips is going to be on Mercy, Tailspin plays the defensive Junkrat, and Taimu on the Street Pig, which has been just absolutely in every game lately.
Roadhog really making an appearance, although there were points where we didn't see him quite as much. I feel like there was a point where teams were running him on every map, then saying, okay, there's only a few things we want on a map. But looking here at the offense, we're going to have Exy on the Zarya, Chronic on the Reinhardt, Psycho Waffle on the Mercy, Rolf on Lucio, Dot on McCree, and Ultima Weapon on the Pharah.
So I think
Dot, I believe this is a recent pickup here for One Shot. Dot used to be on the Search and Fail.
Okay, so definitely new there. I think really early on, you're going to want to see what Ultima can get done on his Pharah. He's kind of the big initiation force on this offense. They are going to kind of slow poke in. Chronic gets knocked up in the air as they come around this angle.
Yeah, they're just taking their time looking for an opportunity. Ultimate Weapon, though, dying to Torbjorn early on. Dot going in, challenging Tailspin. You don't see people challenge Tailspin in the hotel lobby all that often, but this might be why Tailspin is able to back out, does not die to that McCree. And while this is all going on, Envy just sort of rushes in on the back line and is able to finish people off.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of exactly how we thought that fight was going to go. Hulk and Chips already with their ultimates up. Tailspin almost near a tire already, so already kind of snowballing into EnVyUs' favor.
Well, the offensive One Shot now is trying to make a move here before those ultimates get charged up. They go into the back building, and I do like this. They got up there without suffering any casualties, and they made Internet Hulk blow multi-core start this out as the tire from Tailspin going down. Everything going right here for the side of One Shot, although they still need to get the kills that they're looking for. As Dot takes out Taimu. This has been a very good offensive run coming out so far. Take a look at Ultimate Weapon coming over the top. Will this Pharah be able to do what he needs to do? Here comes Harry Hook, though. Tactical Visor out. He's going to get blown up by a rocket. Tailspin returning the favor, but Envy hanging on here despite a very interesting approach from One Shot.
Yeah, I mean, they are going to get the resurrection out if they force the opposing res out early. This whole hog is really screwing up their plans, though, taking everyone down in the corner, although now the kill feed is absolutely filling up with One Shot as they take down Hulk, take down Tailspin. Only Taimu up to contest this. Taimu and Chips.
Taimu might be all they need. Taimu gets in the back, takes out the Mercy, gets the double kill, and now, even though One Shot did have good presence on the point, we do see the defensive Envy getting right back in here, just because, really, Taimu donned an invisibility cloak. No one got on him in the back line.
Yeah, Taimu was up with Chips. They were able to clean that up. Now the pressure continues, though, and I think this is really smart to not try to wholly regroup, to get in here. Don't let Hulk get back on the point and drop this corpse turret. Really just kind of make them fight you on this point. And if you can knock them off for a second or two, you might actually just flip it without a fight.
Well, this is where Envy, they've bended, but they have not broke. Harry Hook over the top, getting the double kill to start this off. Did not even need attack visor, just really getting some of the kills he needed. However, here's the problem for Envy. They do need to get on the point, and Exy does have a Graviton Surge, so I think they're just going to back up a little bit. They know they can't get back on it. The point will go to One Shot, and not the worst offense going for One Shot, even if it was a little bit on the slower side.
I am actually just a little surprised they were even able to take that first point. Like, they've looked pretty good. This sustained fighting from them has been actually impressive. There's a lot of teams that can beat a top team if they can just win a fight, kind of fluky. But the fact that they've been able to do this fight for about 5 or so minutes and sustain the pressure has been really impressive.
Back to Exy as Zarya fully charged up, does have Graviton, and again, look at what's going on here as the offense is moving forward here. They're going to have a great opportunity for a Graviton. They won't have the Wombo combo, but if it's set up properly, Zarya with this much charge can be her own follow-up.
My ultimate is charged.
Well, they're not getting pressured out at all. They're taking a really far back defensive stance. Taimu comes in over the top with a hook, but he chooses to hook Chronic. Chronic follows it up with a turret shredder on 3, moves Hulk out of the way, and now that they're still cleaning up on this card, they've not been pressured by this defense at all. I think they were banking on Taimu getting more done.
Offensive sound barrier out now. One Shot feels like they can take this. They're moving in. They're going to get the few kills they need. Internet Hulk way out of position after that res. Activates Molten Core, right-clicking for his life. Might actually do just that. They're doing okay at holding off, but Ultimate Weapon with the barrage takes out Internet Hulk, stops Torbjorn's Aardvark Reign of Terror. And we have Chips in the back. This is really just a weird defense coming out from Envy. They've been getting picked off. They haven't been quite playing as decisively as you'd expect. And One Shot is starting to take advantage of this, as XE didn't even have to blow Graviton Surge for them to get through the Streets phase.
I feel that they took this lightly. That's all I've seen in the last couple minutes here, especially with the Streets defense. They were letting Taimu kind of do sneaky stuff, which is fine. We've seen a lot of sneaky Roadhogs lately. Blue comes to mind in that aspect. But he's doing sneaky stuff. He's trying to hook Chronic, just kind of playing it a little bit odd. And I think they generally did take this matchup a little too lightly.
I think so too, but Envy now, they are moving forward, trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Tailspin with Barrage at the ready, probably gonna blow up Psycho Waffle, does exactly that, hits Q, deletes Mercy, gets extra value on the back line. Double kill here for Tailspin. There will not be a res count for the offense, but Dot with the Deadeye will take out Harry Hook. I think this is still looking in favor of Envy. There's a Graviton, Dot following up right away. We were waiting for it for a while. XE picking his opportunity, and even took out Chips at that, so Envy just being perhaps a little bit overconfident as they went forward there, and One Shot immediately punishing them.
Yeah, they've got the support wombo combo up here too. As long as Psycho and Wolf can stay alive, they can pressure really hard here and take chances that they shouldn't be able to, because they know they can get res and then Soundbarrier after. Really not a whole lot going on for the defense. They're going to initiate this fight off Soundbarrier.
Soundbarrier is coming in from defense. They're going to try the most. They do have a defensive Earth Shatter as well. Tailspin now over the top looking for some fall through. We do have Taimu on the Reaper. And 3 kills here for Envy. The res does come out from Psycho, so life is still in here for the attackers of One Shot. But Envy has not really lost any people in the last few moments. And Tailspin really not under a whole lot of duress in the air, as 2 extra kills coming in. Envy should be able to clean this up.
Yeah, Hawk got to the back lines and just caused all sort of chaos, which is kind of his MO, what he's really good at. They're not done here. They want to stagger all of these deaths out. Taimu pushing very far forward, takes down Chronic. That's going to really slow down their next push. They do have some nice things to work with in the next push, though, as they're going to have Barrage and Deadeye up. It's kind of weird even seeing Deadeye up. We've seen so few McCrees lately, but Dot has run it since the very first attack.
Really has, and I was actually just about to mention on the McCree, the fact that McCree has fallen out of favor of special line attack, but really for Assertion Failed, it's been working out very well for them. But here they go, they're moving forward, they're looking for the Earth Shatter, flashbang over the top, and they take out the Reinhardt immediately, but here comes Taimu, turning right back in, double kill Death Blossom on the way, Tailspin over the top with 2 kills. And I like the approach coming out from the side of One Shot there, because one of the things for Reinhardt v. Reinhardt, a McCree flashbang can really win you that battle. You time the flashbang with the Earth Shatter, you can get rid of the enemy's shield and go from there, but not quite working out as Taimu and Tailspin were able to get some big cleanup.
Yeah, I really like actually McCree lately, and I saw it a couple times over this weekend, as simply a Reinhardt specialist. If the shield is giving you trouble, or their opposing Reinhardt has just been too much of a barrier for you, the flashbang straight over the top, I mean, just single clicks and Fan the Hammers will crack that shield instantly. It sets a lot of things up.
Well, Tailspin taking out Dot immediately. Dot, one of the bigger threats right now on this One Shot team. 1 big shot to Ultra Weapon, 2 big shots, almost taking him out, and Psycho Waffle going to eat the Barrage, uses Q to delete Mercy, but Ultra Weapon is fighting right back, takes out Tailspin and Coco, has a Barrage of his own. The problem is that as Mercy got deleted early in the fight, and he's just gonna go for the reset.
I think it's smart.
Goodbye,
yeah.
Cruel Ruled.
It's smart, don't feed any ults, you're in a tough position. I mean, he could have hung out there for a while, then he's gonna die before the rest of his team gets there, essentially leading to a 5v6. Now he's up, now he's gonna be able to push this team. Tactical suicide is the best kind of suicide.
And here comes Dot now with the Deadeye. They're looking for an opportunity. They are pushing Envy back. Deadeye still an incredibly strong ultimate, even if on a less than favorite hero. But here we go, Soundbarrier out from both sides. Every team breaking it down. Barrage coming out from Ultra Weapon. Takes out 2. The Mercy is still, however, up for EnVyUs. Let's take a look at Chips. Chips will be bringing up those fallen heroes immediately. And here comes Taimu, Death Blossom at the ready. Will Envy turn this in their favor? Trying to take out Ultimate Weapon. Will take out Ultimate Weapon. And he might not even need the Death Blossom here, just has Psycho in his sights. Down goes Psycho. Taimu going to get the triple. No Q required.
Yeah, the last couple fights, I think Envy has really pushed as far as like segmenting One Shot. They've not really fought as a team as One Shot in a couple different ways. Hulk got in there early on one of the fights and was able to disrupt the backline, causing all sorts of chaos. That time, Chronic absolutely missed his charge, took himself out of the fight and was cleaned up later. So if you don't have your tank and probably one of your best players...
Here comes Taimu, Death Blossom over the top, gets 1, gets 2, Psycho running for his life in the back. Taimu just gonna Wraith form out, but even just getting 2 quick kills like that, that is going to just murder an offense's push.
Yeah, Dot is coming up on this offensive Widow, and I like that they're changing. I don't necessarily love the change, and I think neither does he as he switches on to Roadhog, but it is smart that they're actually trying a little different tactics. Pharah, Ultimate Web's Pharah is now a 76, and they're running a Roadhog too, so I think a lot is going to depend on this next Earthshatter Death Blossom.
All right, so XE is moving in. He will be looking for the Death Blossom. Uses the Death Blossom a little bit early, gets moved back, does not get the value he's looking for. Gonna get knocked to the ground by Coco. A good counter engage coming up from the side of Envy, dealing with that. And now one-shot bleeding players, they don't even get a resurrection off there either, as Psycho died right before getting it off.
Well, everyone's going to get cleaned up, and this is the last push coming out for one shot to actually close out this map. They look so good in the first 2 points against Envy, but they've kind of woken up Envy. They started playing a little more serious, I think, stopped going for flanks and cute plays. I just played much more solid in the last couple minutes.
Well, Envy did say Tailspin was starting before the fight. Maybe he had a few bites of his burger to get things going, and now is shot calling appropriately. Who really knows? But the offensive one-shot, this will be their final push moving forward. They need to make something happen sooner rather than later. Ultimate Weapon was able to take out Taimu, so 65 here for one-shot. And a lot's going to depend on Chronic. Can Chronic land a big Earth Shatter here? But you look at how Envy's positioning, they're not really giving them that opportunity.
Yeah,
here we go, though. The Tactical Visor is out. Tailspin now has the barrage at the right. Going on the top, has Psycho in his sights. And there's the Earth Shot from Coco. Knocks down 4 people on one shot. Tailspin not even using Q. Finds Psycho, uses Q there. And I gotta say, Barrage is just turning into a murder mercy now, but in all of these games as of the last week.
Totally worth, though.
Worth, absolutely.
Yeah, you mentioned the Earth Shatter, and then we're going to watch this play of the game, but something I want to bring up is watch Internet Hulk on his Winston whenever he's playing against a, well, and appropriately enough, here's Internet Hulk has played the game as Winston.
Good old Internet Hulk on the Winston. I mean, truly, though, there's a lot of things. Oh, no, did he knock Lucio into the... No, Lucio did get out of the pit, but XE did not. But say what you will about Internet Hulk on Winston, he gets more play of the games and more big plays on him than most of the other Winston players in the game. So that is honestly a pretty good thing coming out from him. I know it's easy to sort of hand Winston being like, oh, Winston is not all that skilled. There's a lot to be said for positioning well as Winston, and there's a big difference between your top-tier Winstons and your Winstons that are just there.
I think Hulk is the best single Winston in the game. Now, I say single Winston because when Kai and Tebet are allowed to both run Winston for Cloud9, their dual Winston is phenomenal, but I've been saying that Hulk is a great single Winston. Just watch his positioning in a lot of places. His leaps in are often just to get information, then he's back out. And what I was going to say, especially in regards to Earth Shatter, he's mentioned before that Bubble for Winston is a great negator to Earth Shatter, so a lot of times watch where he's placing this shield. It's mostly to take the angles away from the other team, especially for those Earth Shatters. He doesn't bubble, then sit inside of it and try to get kills. He'll bubble in front. He'll put down that fishbowl in front of a Reinhardt just to kind of screw up his plan. So I think his placement with the Winston abilities is just top tier, and he's, for my money, the best single Winston in the game.
All right, so for Envy, all they have to do to win this map is simply get to this checkpoint right now, the one I'm looking at, a little bit quicker than One Shot did. But if they're not able to do that, if they finish out the map in full, that will also give them the win. We are running absolute stopwatch rules here, so it really judges teams' performance against each other on the map. So Envy, lots of roads to victory looking forward. Meanwhile, though, looking at the defense as it does roll out here for the side of One Shot, it's going to be Roof on the Lucio, Ultimate Weapon on Reaper, Dot on the Roadhog, Psycho Waffle on Mercy, Chronic on the Reinhardt, and XE going to be on the 76.
Yeah, so they're going to run a double support. You see a lot of teams do that if they're not super confident that their single support is going to work out, and they're also if they're not running a utility hero like a Symmetra or a Torb. Offensively, though, it looks like Hulk's going to flex onto Zarya. Taimu has been playing Roadhog. Tailspin will be on that Pharah. Harry Hook on Soldier 76. Coco on the Reinhardt. And Chips on Mercy. So kind of interesting here that they're running single support on offense, but their DPS play from Harry Hook has been great with that 76. Taimu for the moment on Hanzo, he actually might even play this.
I think he will play the Hanzo. Teams have been experimenting with a little bit more, including players that used to do a lot of Widow on attack. Taimu deciding to entrust his fate to the bow and arrow over the sniper rifle. It's feast or famine, but sometimes it can work out very well as he almost gets a pick off to start out this game.
Yeah, a lot of it too is especially on these first points and then streets phase, the ultimate is absolutely amazing. And you're not going to get a ton of kills usually at high level unless you're comboing it with Hulk's Graviton, but the zoning and potential to cut a team in half is absolutely enormous with the Dragon.
Taimu right now looking for the scatter arrow. Simple geometry takes out Ultima Weapon, and now he's going to be looking for a little bit more. Quick kill here for Envy. They're going to be able to move in just a little bit extra. Here comes the Dragon Strike. That'll clear out the hotel and might even get a kill. The Dragon is sated as Taimu picks up 3. Make it 4.
As I say, the Dragon generally doesn't get the kills that you see in pubs, actually just takes down 4. My goodness, not even combo too. But in this first point, that's the only spot reinforcements are coming through. Rarely are teams trying to come through the hotel there. So absolutely just shut them out and just perfectly timed. They didn't have an avenue of retreat, stuck in a tunnel with a train coming at them.
That was just such a high-value Dragon Strike for Taimu, though. And it really, there's certain points in maps where Dragon Strike can be really hard to deal with. If you're in that tight corridor and you can't get out right away, the exit still funneling you through, and the dragons are on top of you, you can get kills like Taimu just did.
Alright, so Streets phase does commence. They're holding much further forward than Envy ever was able to do. Coco comes in with a missed charge. Now he's going to get caught up behind the lines. That's going to be rough for them to lose their tank early. Hulk's also in a bit of trouble, and the defense is going to take this opportunity to push back.
We do have the sound barrier coming out from the defense. Defense pushing in pretty heavily. Tailspin gonna go down in short order. Ultimate Weapon getting all the kills from the top. He needs some more. Taimu just getting knocked around here on the Hanzo. Still alive though, which means he's a threat to Mercy. Able to keep him alive, and he's going to get charged and taken out by an arrow. So that was looking pretty good for the side of One Shot, but Envy turning it a little bit more in their favor. That being said, we do have the Resurrection coming up. Both sides still on the payload, but Taimu getting the kills he needs to on this Hanzo, supported by Harry Hook.
Yeah, they clean up Psycho Waffle really early in that fight, so that's going to be the end of the fight for him. It'd be smart for the defense to not scatter any more deaths, but it's a little too late as Ultima goes down there at the end. This Winston's going to try to get out too. That's Dot on Winston. Chips is not having it. He's chasing him down with the Mercy pistol.
My ultimate
He
is
will
Mercy pistol is more deadly than people give it credit for. We've seen more clutch Mercy kills on people than you expected. Oh my god, Tailspin just eliminating Rolf. 1-2, down goes the Lucio. Barrage now fully set up, and he uses it here with further wombo combo. Not quite as much as they want, but the Dragon comes in anyways. Who needed a Barrage when you have a Dragon?
I would argue that the Dragon is a better follow-up because it goes through shields. And the Barrage, yes, it will burn through a shield eventually, but you're also much more vulnerable. You can Dragon across the map. It's just, you know, fares a little better overall.
So it's worth noting that was a much faster time being set by Envy to that second checkpoint. That means that they are the winners here of King's Row. They're going to go up 1-0 over One Shot, and I'd say this for One Shot, they definitely came in a lot stronger than I expected at the beginning of the series, but feels like Envy woke up. Chat was saying Envy drunk their monster. No, maybe they did. I don't know. But certainly it was a pretty good look from Envy after the beginning of the first round. Everything going their way, and even the One Shot, I mean, most teams get rolled over even harder by Envy, so it's not the worst look for them, and I do think the pickup of Dot has actually helped them quite a bit.
They looked a lot better than I thought they would. If I'm being just absolutely honest, I didn't think they were going to be able to get first points against an Envy defense on King's Row, which has been absolutely shutting people out, but let's watch which one of these Dragons is it, the first or second one? First one. Pretty strong hero. Taimu's hero pool is gotta be unrivaled now, right? I mean, you put him in the discussion as top 1-2 across so many different DPS players. Like I think his Reaper was probably most impressive over the weekend. Just how the fact he's able to melt people with 2 shots, whereas it takes out the Reaper's 4, just gave him so much value out of it. He's been playing out of his mind, and I thought really the McCree nerf would hurt him a little bit, and the Widow nerf would hurt him, and he just decided he's going to play other heroes, and he's playing them at such a high level.
He really, really is. So we will be moving on to the next map. It will be One Shot's choice as to where we go. Just as a reminder, you can look at the schedule on the right. We are doing 5 best of 5s today. That was only the first map, so a lot of Overwatch will be coming at you here today. Stay tuned. This is the Beat Invitational Overwatch Tournament. And Hex, who is bringing us this great tournament? Who do we have to thank? Basically, sell out for us.
Hey, it's not selling out, it's buying in. So Soylent is our main sponsor. This is a Beat Invitational by Soylent, but we also are sponsored by Matcherino. You guys know what Matcherino is. If you've ever seen me on a cast before, I always talk about Matcherino. You're able to donate and crowdfund tournaments, so go to our Matcherino page if you're interested in that. PvP Live is a website with all sorts of Overwatch news and information, all sorts of games and information. You should check that out daily. They've got apps for Android and iOS, iPhones, all of that. SteelSeries, of course, as well, makes mouse, keyboards, all sorts of cool peripherals for your gaming experience. I myself run a SteelSeries mouse. I quite enjoy it.
Alrighty, there you have it. So we are good to go here. We are getting into Lijiang Tower for the second map. I think that this is a little bit of a smart pick for One Shot, though it will be difficult just given how strong Envy has been. I wouldn't expect to see Envy pull out anything too new or unexpected going into this map, but you never know. This is a case where Envy might be down to experiment. But King of the Hills, we have seen sort of creative comps come out time and time again, though, on King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Like some of the bashing comps that we've seen. But bashing comps, every now and then NG Red will run it, but I feel like other teams not running it anywhere near as much anymore.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think The chance that Envy comes out with kind of a goof around comp is much lesser now based on what we saw in that first map. I think they are going to have to take it a little more seriously. I'm still holding out hopes that one of these times Chips will run as Zenyatta on King of the Hill. I think it's good, especially if the other team's running very tanky heroes, but of course you could always just run a Reaper to that. It's kind of the same situation where the answer that Zenyatta can provide is already answered by other heroes. So we'll see, though. Envy is queuing up early on, at least, into a Bastion.
This will be interesting if they come out as a Bastion, or at the very least it'll be interesting if Internet Hulk is on the Bastion, because usually he is on Winston for King of the Hill, or a tank of some sort, so I don't think he'll be Internet Hulk on it, but you never know. Maybe they will decide to go for it, because Coco is showing Zarya.
Well, the rest of that is Reaper, which I noted was being played by Taimu to great effect. That it's going to be Taimu on that Reaper. Harry Hook will be on Lucio, which was his initial main back in his Nabridge up days, so he's going to be looking for boops. Chips is going to be on Mercy, Coco on Zarya, Tailspin has been playing a great Tracer, and Hulk dashes all of our presidential hopes and plays Winston.
Indeed. So we'll see if this does come out, but looking here at the side of One Shot as they roll, it's going to be Roof on the Lucio, Dot on the McCree, Psycho Waffle on Mercy, Chronic on the Zarya, Ultimate Weapon on Pharah, and Exy going to be on the Reaper. So once again, we do see McCree making his appearance. We'll see if it works out for One Shot. I'm just happy to see everyone's favorite cowboy again.
Yeah, it's great to see McCree back, and I think we talked about it a couple times over the weekend. Wow, 3 quick kills. This fight's already over.
Well, Ultimate Weapon is fighting back. Dot is still alive. Dot will go down in the end. Tailspin was able to get to the back line, got the kills he needed. 3 kills total in that fight for Tail. One Shot did get a little bit of kills in their favor, but it just wasn't enough. And the problem is they got those kills after they had lost so many that it wasn't going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. I think McCree's fine. I think he's going to slowly get back into the meta, just not an instant double pick in every situation, which no one should be.
Alrighty, so both teams getting into it once again. Tailspin over the top, really taking flank here as Tracer, but it makes sense because you can run in, go for the point-blank attacks, but now he has to back up. The McCree's still a threat. Coco and Taimu, though, getting in deep. Coco with the double kill. Tailspin now being hyper-aggressive on the Psycho. Psycho's going to go down. And once again, Envy just going to mop it all up in Roof. All his friends are dead, and now so is he.
My ultimate is almost ready.
That's so sad. That's tragic. I mean, really, the worst part is that the huge advantage is going to be in Envy now. I mean, King of the Hill is very snowbally. Look at all these ults. Everyone's going to be fully loaded for this. Taimu is still just going to be poking in up front because he wants to get his Death Blossom in and up. Just rough position here for One Shot. They need to hit a big ult of their own.
They really do, and right now, Envy just going right into them. They're not letting them set up the way they want. We do have the barrage coming in from Ultra Weapon. No kills coming out from that. Dot does take out Coco, so it's 5v5 right now, but you look at the positioning right now, Envy is just pushing One Shot all the way back in. They're having real problems getting started, and Taimu now with the Death Blossom at the ready could just move in and end all of One Shot in an instant, and they're low enough that it would work out that way. And here he goes. Will take out Exy. Sound Barrier coming in, though. Down goes Taimu, and here comes One Shot, blowing their support ults, moving in and looking for the opportunity.
Yeah, the Graviton does come up. It catches 3. No real follow-up there. Psycho Waffle's follow-up comes in chip form through several different heroes and actually cleans that up, though. Exy was able to take down Chips, but Psycho did die during that barrage. That was an interesting kind of Graviton. As it grabbed 3, then everyone just kind of chipped in. It was a very community effort of primary fire to take down that ball of meat.
It really was, but here we go. We do have the Death Blossom coming out from Taimu. He just uses it to delete Psycho Waffle again. The trend of using your Q to delete Mercy continuing on. 3 kills here for Envy. And really, One Shot was a little bit split up as they went in there, but they didn't have a choice because overtime was underway. They had to at least keep things in progress.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really fancy there. They just won it early, never were pressured off of the points. Really, only person who got some kills of note was Ultima Wep. That was early on, but it was after 3 people had already died. Later on, just Barrage didn't get the value they're looking for. Just overall, kind of just beat handily, lost all their one-on-ones, and never really got momentum going for One Shot.
Alrighty, so this is going to be round number 2. This is the Garden stage. This is one of the biggest King of the Hill maps in the entire game. This is where the team that gets the first capture has a huge edge because they can be really far forward in stopping the other team from getting in on the point. So it's really important for both teams to go. We do have Envy going in through the right. We see that the One Shot team is going in through the left. And both teams are going to fight it out here in the middle in just a second, and we'll see just what these Reapers do. But look at Taimu. He's getting right to the back, almost takes out Psycho Waffle with a little bit of support from the rest of the EnVy team. And this is where Tailspin and Taimu do so much. Taimu gets in the front line, but he's going to get booped instead. Oh no, Roof with an absolutely good right click. And 2 kills here, the one shot there, pushing EnVy back.
Yeah, I like Dot here on the Tracer. He got a lot of work in the back line. I think they know that they can't really just go face on these people. They need a distraction in the back line, which is what Dot has been providing. He makes them change their targets, and then everyone else is able to clean up, because they had no success going head-on against EnVy.
No, absolutely not. And that's where, again, I think really MVP for that last fight, though, was Wolf. Taking out a huge engine of DPS like Taimu that early in the fight is huge, because as good as Wraith Form is, Wraith Form has no mobility, so if you're already falling to your death, turning to a Wraith is not going to save you.
Yeah, you can't even shadow step off a cliff because it takes way too long.
Well, Taimu is going in right now, but the sound barrier out from the side of one shot, and here comes a Wombo, Graviton into Pulse Bomb. Dot will pick up the double, but EnVy still in this, still getting some of the kills they need. We'll see if they're able to turn their favor as Tailspin right now. Tactical Visor going to get eliminated, though, by the Death Blossom instead.
Up the volume.
Yeah, smart play, just trading out ultimates there before that the Tactical Visor can get too much. Of course, they rezzed into the Tactical Visor, so they knew that they had to take it out immediately. Now they're holding strong, just kind of poking off of this bridge here. EnVy's had a hard time trying to engage.
EnVy's had trouble here in general. It really comes down to the fact that they lost that first fight, but here we go. They're getting right into it. Xe a little bit out, has to back out. The Graviton surges in. Group Hug treatment in for one shot. EnVy picking up 3 kills as a result of that Graviton, and now they can be way more aggro. They can chase us down. Coco, pretty charged up energy-wise, chasing things down. And this is going to be a full team wipe in favor of EnVy and a change in control.
Ready to activate the sound barrier.
Well, now it's going to be difficult for the other team to engage, because this bridge gets absolutely shut down. So your only other option is to go the long way around through the house, through Big Pack Room. They're going to do that, but you're never going to be able to do it sneakily. You're always in a bad position on offense because the defense always knows where you're trying to come from. So you need really strong engage mechanics to be able to survive just the first blast. Look at all the chip they're taking just trying to get in.
Indeed, and we saw Taimu being really far up. He does get that Zarya shield, gives him extra survivability. He got deep into the backline, took out the enemy Reaper, made Zarya run away, and now he's just going to be able to go in even deeper with the sound barrier. EnVy rushing in, using that health advantage to their advantage, and one shot can get taken out again, and EnVy very close to evening up the percentage now on this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a Pulse Bomb, which is going to be absolutely crucial for Dot to hit. There's really no big ultimates to combo it with. Ultimate's got his Tactical Visor, but without the positioning that he's going to need, it's going to be tough to actually get value out of it. Pulse Bomb whips completely.
And they're getting in, and here comes the Tac Visor on the way out here from the side of Tailspin, taking out 3. Tac Visor so deadly when shields aren't there to protect you, and that is going to be another full team wipe for EnVy. 68% to 68% now. EnVy now in the driver's seat, and unfortunately here for one shot, after a really good start, they have to take this next team fight and then probably hold for the rest of it. If they lose the next team fight, they're not going to have time, but Coco and Tailspin taking the fight to them, picking up 2 kills immediately, and this is going to delay one shot even more. But one shot can't afford to be delayed, because if they do not get on the point here in a moment, they're going to have all sorts of trouble.
Okay, pretty decent switch. I mean, I thought they needed a second tank. The last one on my list of adding into this composition would be a Roadhog, but they do add him in because they have the initiation of the sound barrier. Graviton's going on both sides.
Graviton's out for both sides right now, and Chronic getting the best of it. Does get 2 kills with the aid of Dot. The res will come out from Chipso. EnVy with the second life. Chronic just melting Winston here, looking for what he can get. Not able to kill him, however, just yet, as EnVy now trying to do what they can do. Dot with the hook. Very back and forth between both teams at the moment.
Dot's been crushing it. He's gotten 4 kills in this most recent fight. He almost has his ultimate up already, and he just switched to Roadhog. He'd be smart to save it here, though. Please don't bust it out. He busted out. He's going to die with it, I believe. They're putting some pressure on this point, but they're both going to get cleaned up. They're just kind of outnumbered, although they are getting reinforcements.
They're holding on to it. The thing is that One Shot was able to retake control of the point here. They are still on the point, and now if they can somehow clean out the last few members of EnVy, they would take this round. Unfortunately, though, Taimu is on the fight, has Psycho Waffle in his sights, will take out Psycho. Looking for a little more. The Death Blossom comes from Xe, but 1v3 not going to do the trick. Coco lit up like a Christmas tree right now, just melting faces off. And EnVy definitely in the driver's seat right now. His ultimate weapon gets popped into the air, and Death Blossom just to make sure.
Dot with another nice kill, though. It's going to be a little late. The switch was phenomenal, though, coming onto Roadhog. Dot did so much work there, probably single-handedly brought them back into that game on the points. I think maybe came a little bit late. This has got to be a boop from Harry Hook.
This is where boops can be so effective. The double boop off. I think the Mercy was able actually to get back on, which he was. Guardian Angel pretty good at that, but it would have been a double if not for the Guardian Angel. So Lucio's a real kill threat at points here on that stage of Lijiang, and we saw it coming up from the side of One Shot too, where Wolf took out Taimu, and that was a big reason why One Shot got the momentum they did starting out that game.